Let's continue the conversation right now about this Sheila Gwen Barry. Now, Gwen Barry wants to represent the United States in hammer throwing at the upcoming Olympic Games. There was a trials to qualify for it. She came third. I don't know whether that means she gets to go to the Olympics or not. But generally speaking, you don't play the national anthem when every single athlete would be an American and there's no real medal ceremony. However, her presentation for coming third happened at the end of the daytime program and at the start of the evening program. When the evening program started, well, she was on the dais, and that's when they decided to play the national anthem because it was the start of the next part of the event. But Gwen Barry is an activist. She's one of these people who hates the very country that they are competing for the right to be able to go and represent, because, of course, it's deeply racist, sexist, all the rest of it. Here's part of the carry-on.
Barry turned her back to the U.S. flag while the national anthem played and held up a shirt that read "activist athlete." This isn't the first time Barry has exercised her right to peaceful protest.
What is it about the national anthem or that whole scenario that made you feel so uncomfortable? Why didn't you want to, acknowledge that part?
History. If you know your history, you know the full song of the national anthem. The third paragraph speaks to slaves in America, our blood being slain and pilfered all over the floor. Mm-hmm. It's disrespectful, and it does not speak for Black Americans. It's obvious. There's no question.
I love it. I hate the national anthem of the country of which I'm competing to represent at the Olympic Games, and I hope to do exactly the same protest when lots more people are watching, and then I can get endorsements off the back of it. Ugh. Jacinta Price is on her way to the Senate. Hopefully the good people of the Northern Territory will make that so. She's top of the ticket for the CLP. Congratulations on that, Jacinta, because we need your common sense and that voice. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see all of this come to fruition. But what do you think about this level of wokeness, where somebody wants to simultaneously compete to represent their country and then wants to disrespect the symbols of the country they are competing to represent?
Oh, look, it's a new form of narcissism that exists nowadays. There's anyone can jump up and down and choose to be offended about something and create a whole, media uproar about it. And really, what is she going to accomplish by it? I mean, what is she hoping to accomplish through this? I mean, it's now becoming like adults behaving like children and throwing a tantrum on the floor. I mean, I say, if they don't want to represent their country appropriately, then don't do it. Like, step away from it, simply move away. I mean, obviously, she has been given every opportunity in her life because of the country that she lives in, the opportunities that exist there. And she does not appreciate that. I mean, seriously, she's not doing anything for anybody except for herself.
Now, Lidia Thorpe, I cannot wait. You don't know how excited we are, Jacinta. I've got no pressure, mate, but we are very excited to see you verbally toe-to-toe with the show pony that is Lidia Thorpe, right? Perfect example of the inner city virtue signalling. I want to be in the chairman's lounge, but I hate the country of all that stuff, right? Colonisation, all of that, but can we still have the 747 planes to fly around? Versus normal person like yourself who literally brought victims of violence to the federal parliament, and bar this program and I think maybe one or two others, you got no one wanting to talk about it. You're about the common sense, on the ground person. Perfect example about the high-mindedness of Lidia Thorpe here. Reporting in The Age today suggested that she blew up at a First Nations woman who was in a meeting in Parliament House where apparently she had said that she didn't respect this woman and they were not friends. Apparently things got a little rougher even from then. But this lady loves to fire up. For some, they see that as a virtue. For most, we see that as, a little full of herself. What do you think about this interaction that apparently took place? The woman is now demanding an apology.
Well, look, I think it's highly inappropriate when you're there as a representative of your constituents. Obviously that was one of her constituents, and you have to listen to the views of all your constituents, even if you don't necessarily agree with them. As a leader, you certainly have to show some behaviour that's a lot more of that belongs to a leader than somebody who's not, and be a hell of a lot more respectful. I mean, I know amongst Indigenous Australians, we don't see eye to eye necessarily. There are those who, you're not happy to have to be involved with. But when you're in such a situation, you have to put those differences aside and act professionally. I mean, it comes down to being professional, really, in the grand scheme of things, and behaving a lot more diplomatically than those sorts of behaviours. But I mean, poor Lidia continues to shoot herself in the foot. She's got to get re-elected at some point, and she's got to keep that in mind as well. But she's not just there to represent a portion of Indigenous Australians that she simply agrees with. She's got to listen to everybody's views. We all have to.
Well, also, don't forget, remember when she was mouthing off about the Attorney General of the Northern Territory, probably some white bloke? Oh, only turns out to be an Indigenous woman. But, small details, who cares, right? Who, of course, gave it back both barrels. Jacinta, honestly, there isn't a person who I know who watches this program who is not so proud, so excited, and, mate, they'd almost door knock for you. They'd almost walk around all of the Northern Territory for you, mate. So if you need an army, it is there for you in the viewers of this program. Well done, darling.
Thank you very much. And I feel so very, very privileged and so very, very supported by all the quiet Australians who have supported me over, not just the last couple of days, but over the years. You're all incredible. Much love to you all, Australia. Thank you so much.
All right, keep talking to us even when you're even more famous, okay?